Hi, dreamers. It's that time, the end of the month, where I show you my dividend income in detail, and now the added options income too. I still have not added any new money to my portfolio outside of the drip and options, because I'm working just enough hours on my video game project to cover all of our expenses right now. This month, I made over $7,000 in dividends. And wait until you see the options too. Wow. So today we'll go through it, but at the end, I'll tell you what I'm up to right this minute as you are watching this. I'll be on a plane, but where to? You'll see. Okay, but first, let's talk about the money. Here we go. Okay, so here we are in the spreadsheet, and you can see that in the first quarter of 2023, I made $21,821. But I mean, take a look at this. Just in the first 2 months of Q2, I made $18,060.94. Wow. And you can really see the difference between the same market basket of stocks in February versus May, with over $1,000 difference. Now, a lot of that is due to the cash layer that I've talked a lot about and added into my portfolio. So you're going to start to see those kick in as we go into the detail. But one other thing I wanted to just show you is how this month compares to May of 2022. Because if we scroll up, you can see that I was at $4,357. And I know these numbers just seem incredible. They seem incredible to me. But you've seen me video after video, optimizing my holdings, really trying to be careful and take a defensive position throughout these last couple years. So without further ado, let's dig into that $7,101. Where did it come from? So here we are in May, and you can see I got over $2,600 in week 1, over $2,700 in week 2, just over $1,000 in week 3, and then a couple $100 in week 4, and $500 in week 5. And so the month started off with AT&T with just over $900. And man, that stock price is so low right now, with being just under $16. Wow, that is so low. But as you know, I recently took some of AT&T and redistributed it, so I won't be adding any back. And the next dividends that came in was from Verizon with $718.54. Verizon is another stock that has taken a huge hit this year, and so it's a hold for me. But I'm not adding any more to the telecom space at this time. Because as you know, not only do I own T and VZ, but I also have a lot of BCE. And so I don't want to be too overloaded in that space. So the next dividends that came in were from PTY at $314.11. Then you see this rogue Devo payment, which comes in at a little bit of a different time because it's in a different brokerage. But in any case, just under $22 from Devo. I got just over $10 from BMY and just over $32 from Canadian Imperial Bank, which is a position I've been adding to lately because it's a steal. And they also gave a 2% raise just in the last week or so. So thanks, CM. Next we have TD, which is a relatively new position for me at just under $9. And that's followed by a pretty big payout from JEPQ with $538. And JEPQ is a position that I've been adding to, so you're going to see that in the next month. I got just under $70 from JEPB, which is a position I've actually liquidated, believe it or not. Now, as we go into week 2, you see this massive payment from BTI, $2,735. BTI, in my opinion, is an absolute steal right now. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be adding any more to it because I'm already overweight in tobacco. So I guess it's an opportunity for another person. And then I got $35 from EBF, a position that I've been slowly adding to over time. It looks really enticing to me right now. I got $335 from AbbVie, just over $300, $303.61 from O. This is really exciting for me, guys, because this is the first time that I've broken the $300 a month payment from my absolute favorite REIT, ticker symbol O, Realty Income. That is delicious. Sorry, I got too excited with that one. All right, let's move on to Stag. I got just under $56 from Stag, $27.82 from Procter & Gamble, just about $10 from Abbott Labs, and $8 from Apple Hospitality. I got just under $70 from Texas Instruments, which is another position that I've been building up slowly as I get other dividends to pour back into TXN, and just over $200 from CFG. And finally, in week 3, you can see my paltry, very small position in Apple at $3.80. Rolling into week 4, you see $21 coming in from Sunoco, and then another new, relatively small position from Royal Bank of Canada, which also got recently a 2% raise just in the last week or so, followed by Bank of Montreal, BMO, with just under $160 there. And BMO also gave a dividend raise recently. So all of those Canadian banks gave me a raise in the last couple of weeks. Appreciate you, Canada. Alright, and here's the other payouts from Devo at $163.65. You can also see some of the additional cash layer ETFs coming in here at the end of the month. All of these at the end are monthly payers. You see $186.50 from BST, $144.38 from BDJ, and last but not least, just over $10 from BBN, the bond fund. And that's what makes up my $7,101 dividend income in May. But that's not all. As we know, I've been doing options since January. So let's take a quick look at that. So in May of 2023, I made $3,666.71 in option income. And I was a little more conservative in May because we had a bunch of different variables, like those debt ceiling conversations that made the market swing wildly. And so I just wanted to be a little more careful this month, and you can kind of see that. But check this out. In Q1, I made a total of $8,202.90. And already in Q2, I've made $8,800.21. So I'm definitely increasing as time goes on. And this has turned out to be a fantastic strategy for me. And so in total, if we look at the cumulative passive income chart, for the month of May, I made $10,768.36 from dividends plus option income. And so on this graph, you know that the blue is 2021 numbers for dividends, where I ended the year at $51,680. And then in 2022, I ended the year just over $75,000 in dividends. And so in 2023, you can see my dividend number is in green with $39,882.26, but in yellow is the dividend plus option income. And that's my total investment income so far this year, with a whopping $56,906.33 so far. And as you guys know, I've been so incredibly focused on getting $100,000 in dividends in order to cover my household expenses. But this option strategy really is supercharging my portfolio. So I'm able to further accelerate inside of my investments without having to add any from the outside, while also being able to throttle my work a little bit so that I'm only working about half the time. And what do I do with the other half of my time? Bodybuilding, of course. So this is going to be really interesting as we go forward throughout the year to try to figure out where this is going to net out, because I've already gone past what I made by September of last year. And so who knows where I'm going to end up. And if you're interested in what exactly I'm doing with my option strategy, feel free to check out the options playlist, and particularly the live trades video in there, so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. How are you doing on your dividend and option income so far? I'm hoping with all of these great yields we have, you are also accelerating your passive income path. Okay, I want to remind you of one thing. I don't do these videos to brag. I do them to show you really two things. First, how the money just continues to grow and grow and become really a compounding flywheel. And that hopefully will be your future too. And second, how it actually feels to be a dividend investor that simply counts up the cash at the end of the month to spend, and to reinforce that this is not a myth, and to show you exactly how it works. So I hope you're getting a feel for that throughout my videos. Okay, so where am I going right this minute? Well, I'm headed to the Rocky Mountains in Colorado for a little weekend getaway. I'll be meeting about 20 people up there, my closest friends. And I plan to laugh, maybe cry, and drink a little wine. and hopefully dance the night away more than a few times. Because what is this all for if we don't enjoy it a bit? So I hope you're enjoying your summer vacations too. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this dividend income update, and if you want a richer real-time experience with me, you can always follow me on Instagram or Twitter. And if you're doing your own research using Seeking Alpha, feel free to find the link below to subscribe if you want. No pressure. As always, I encourage you to do your own research, then implement and learn by putting it into practice. And as a reminder, I am not a financial advisor, so keep in mind these videos are for entertainment and inspiration only. I'll see you on the flip side.